What's going on, guys? Good morning to you. Welcome to Wing Tucson Mixed Martial Arts, where we're a little bit more live, we're a little bit more active, where other people ain't. Matter of fact, we're up to 3K right now. Thank you, guys. That must mean that everything I've been doing by myself right now, you've had a partner to test it out on, and these cross hands are starting to make more sense than what other people think they do. So, that means everybody's understanding we're doing something different here. One, we understand that I'm not connected to Yip Man classes, Ip Man, Ip Chun, or whatnot, or served under any one of them, but have learned my Wing Chun the hardest way ever. And yes, I have been practicing, I have been working out, and I have been doing every little thing to make sense of everything, just so you know what I post makes sense. So, no one can argue with free classes either. I mean, a lot of people want a lot of money, they say. Of course, you can go learn any type of martial arts. Obviously, certain people out there think that their kung fu's worth more than other people. So people think they go pay those people. So they go embezzle those people for their own kung fu, thinking, well, whatever not. Who cares? Optimistically, we're still learning, no matter where we're learning. And that's the good thing about what we're doing in life right now, is understanding the ability and what we've been doing. And that's the constructive project that we've been trying to do. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. When you're making progress, it's one of your most important parts in your Wing Chun, especially understanding how to manipulate the hands into differences, into the ability to even mix martial arts, your own style, into that. And as I add in the ability to blend it, as in from here, well, I'm sorry right there. See, it's not about perfection. Got you right there again. Right here, from right there. Either way, you have that ability. So you can blend in your own martial arts, switch from different styles and whatnot. That's what makes this a great page. That we're not worried about people's opinions. We're worried about seeing progress, some sort of occupation in other people that see a desire in what they're doing. So that's one of the main things we're trying to get out there. Alright guys, like I said, I have other people, soon enough, hope enough. Either way, it doesn't matter who's coming about on this page, but when they do, remind yourself that you're going to see real good stuff, and we're going to make the best out of it. Either way, how we do this is what's good for us. Alright, so either way, again, like I'm going to say one more time, I don't know why I'm saying it twice out of 3 times, sometimes it seems weird when you do things like that. Alright, so 2020 has a lot of challenges going on. I've done challenged an official gym, actually more clear than I've ever challenged a gym before. We're trying to keep perspective here to any gym we do. This is not about bragging rights. This is one of the main things we're trying to do right here, is try to bring entertainment to people. Even if I show you a picture of us just shaking hands, or just showing some bow and whatnot to each other, or just taking pictures of the place, one thing I want to let you know is we're going to keep that responsibility out there, that we're going to respect those gyms the best we can. Obviously, the last gym I just challenged right now had gave me a little bit of trouble. Try to put it to the disarray area, discard the problem. Because official, understanding karate, when you challenge a karate place, the guy seems to be a little bit out there. So, of course, there's a lot of good stuff coming, but some gyms I seem to be running into, they seem to not understand. Alright, so we got a lot of challenges coming down 2020, to sharpen our skills, to position myself before other people who say they win tournaments and whatnot and does this and whatnot. That's so good for them. That's so awesome. There's no reason for us to fear those people. That's what entertainment's about. Make that the best what we can. And of course, understanding that, what we're doing here, is a reality check for a lot of different things that gives us the ability to do things where other people wouldn't have ever expected. So one of the main things we're going to talk about, though, today is something a little bit more different. So we go ahead and get into this conversation for early in the morning kind of stuff. Like I said, it's free lessons. You don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Go pay more money elsewhere, but ain't nobody teaching you what I can teach you. Ain't nobody teaching the cross hands. I'm sorry. They don't know it. If they do know it, they're picking it up off my page. And that's the only place they can find it, because I'm the one who's creating the design, the rhythm, the whole flow of it, Because the whole idea anyways, when a lot of people think about the meme or the saying from Ip Man himself, Yip Man, as he would say, go with the flow, understanding that. Because when they throw that punch out there, and they got all that momentum, and they're getting ready to throw out that next one, but they don't expect it though. One of the main things you have on your basics, from what I've already taught you right now, if you practice it with your partner, or if you practice it period, the point is when they throw out that first swing, you're able to grab that swing and throw them straight down. So that's your basics of the cross hands. The cross hands is giving you more grip, more ability. So one of your most basic parts of understanding the cross hands is the throw down. And when you throw them down, that gives you more momentum to drive on in there and strike upon the back of their head. All this stuff has been tested. Indeed, much more has come to show you that it's been tested, because we're going to slowly evaluate the idea to express the idea so that everyone understands. If you've already been practicing it, then I know why you're following me, of course, because you know that it works. And we're talking about progress, not perfection, because perfection is progress. Anyways, guys, the reality of what we're doing now is understanding the mixed martial arts, understanding the Wing Tucson, Wing Chun itself, understanding that there's a lot of ability. And one of the main things I wanted to go over with y'all today is talk about the form in which I have recently been explaining. One of the main things you want to understand, again, is like I said, a lot of people don't take it serious. So if you're practicing with someone you're serving under and be like, hey, can I show you something? And they don't do it right, you want to make sure they're doing it right. I mean, one of the main abilities is making sure they're set up like this into a boxing point. So when you start doing this, and you're trying to drive your elbow right into the chest and block a punch, and then right above you, your face is open for another punch, and they come back with that next punch when it's been blocked, and they come in there for that next punch. You understand the main thing, what you're going to understand here, is that you're now using a different backhand. Your backhand becomes a new hand. Now I'm calling it the backhand right now because it gives you the idea what gives you into the cross hands. When we think about the cross hands, we're going to show you on the Wing Chun dummy, so don't worry about it. You're going to get to see this right here, on the Wing Chun dummy. It's going to be one of the good things. I'll re-show you again so everyone gets the idea. Again, understanding, in your 70-30, basically, you block and you twist in to go right in for an elbow. You don't even hit them, or maybe you do hit them, but your face is still open. Then again, they come at you with the next swing, you block right here, and you thrust out here, having that connection, and you connect with that arm, then you step over here, you kick to that back leg, and even if you do let go, you don't have to let go. One of the good things about the application, when you're right in this position, you got the arm stretched out this far, you can literally twist it down, you can bring it down into a lot more different positions. But when you're in this position right here, what you're going to understand is that you can drive right back in front of them, have yourself set up in your 70-30 stance, and then just kick them right into the gut or right into the nuts. Doesn't matter to me where you kick them and how you got to do it. The idea again, what I'm going to show you right here on the Wing Chun dummy. Of course, everyone loves your Wing Chun dummy. I built my own Wing Chun dummy. One of the greatest things we got going on right now. Alright, so the idea again, like I said, here we go. Boom, right there. We're trying to hit them right towards the chest or right into the ribs. We're blocking a punch, but our face is still open right here. You see the peg right here that still got me? Again, I'm going to just twist, as you would normally twist, into any action in which you normally do. You're going to twist to right here. Now as you twist, in your horse stance, you will come about in your horse stance to twist completely. One of the main things you got to understand is to twist completely. To twist completely means if I was to go here and to come all the way around here, right here is my horse stance because my legs are wide open. So when you get into your horse stance, you start understanding that, that's the point of practicing the thrust. You need to practice the thrust. And the thrust is the most important part of throwing yourself, because when they're in a boxer stance, they throw out that hand, and you come in just like this. You come in there, boom, but they throw out that hand, and you're booming right into it, and you're trying to hit that chest, but they come right at the open area of your face, and you twist over. As you twist over, you're going to throw yourself over, gripping with cross hands. And it may seem kind of backwards. You can flip it around, even so, because that's what the twist of the hand is all about. If you don't understand how to twist these hands, you don't just chop down. You relax that wrist a little bit more. Then you're going to throw down into that part and throw everything you have into it. You put the strength with the punch and the block, of course. One of your most important parts you're understanding here. Again, when they throw out that swing, you're right there. They come at you in your open face. Boom, you're right here. Stepping over. Kicking to the side. And then you're driving on over to kick right on in. You have that much more power in what I'm about to teach you here. So again, here we go on the Wing Chun dummy. Well, of course, 70-30 first. 70-30 first. We got to make sure we're 70-30. Again, make sure we're right here. Boom, we're twisted. Our feet, our body, we're within our area. So as basically when we did the first strike, even from this stance or this stance, doesn't matter how you really set yourself up, from here or to here. On your Wing Chun dummy, you've got to make sure one thing for sure. You're stepping right into that hit. So basically, boom, just like that from here. Or even from here, of course, you're still going to, boom, step right into it. You're twisted right here and forward. You're blocking. And as minute he comes as your face with the next punch, you're coming over here, boom, right across. See, you cross those hands across that next hand, and you're stepping over to grab that ability. Of course, you can flop your hands around easily around the very fist of it. Because when you're capturing a hand, one thing people are not thinking about, are you capturing the arm, or are you capturing the hand? See, with the wrist, and they throw that punch, you're capturing the wrist. It's basically the hand, bottom down. So when that fist comes into you, you can capture it right there. Or even capture it before it comes into your center line. That gives you even more ability, just the same from what I taught you from the inside, from the outside catching. And that's one of the most important parts about this value of what we're doing here. Is getting the idea of raw material. And that's what I'm working with right now, is raw material. Like I said, I'm the only person teaching cross hands. There is no one else who can teach you what I'm teaching you more than I've taught you, more than I've told you to learn cross hands yourself. This is a gift. I mean, a lot of people will be like, well, you don't get those elbows. I can catch those elbows. You don't get them hands. I can catch them hands. And me, in my own opinion, I'd be like, you don't get my consal and you don't get my gonsal. And that's how I put it to people. People don't get my consal and gonsal, it's because they don't understand my top and my left. So when people speak in coded levels, that means they don't really want to teach you unless you pay them more money. Me, I'm just saying you could use it as a smart-ass remark to people. Well, you don't get my consal and gonsal. So when you're ready, I'll catch you here. When you're ready, I'll catch you here. And I'll throw your ass to the fucking ground. And I'll beat the fucking shit out of you. Doesn't matter to me. That's one of the good things about consal, gonsal, and cross hands. You can't beat my consal, gonsal. I'll throw your ass around in fucking circles before you even lay a hand on me, It's rolling about the very idea in which I have created. So other people are like, well, I'll catch your elbows. Okay, I'll catch your elbows too. Boom. Boom. Broke your fucking elbow. No big fucking deal to me. That's how you want to feel about it. I teach you good martial arts don't cost me shit, don't cost you shit. I work just like everybody else. I'm my own fucking connection. So when you come to me, let you know you're serving me, you're working under me as your Sifu, I am your connection. There is no other connection. At least right now there ain't. I don't have to answer to nobody else. I don't have no one else to go backwards any more than good orderly direction. So that's my good part in what I do. So I give you good reasoning to understand your Kansao and your Gansao in such a cross-hand way, in such more, leverage, instead of worrying about the arm strength and what it takes to snatch. Which that's good. That's good. Because I will use the snatch, They throw out a hand, I'll step over here and I'll snatch them right down, Doesn't bother me. I'll use Jet Can Do. That's what I do. There's no telling what I will use in a fight. That's my ability in mixed martial arts when I take Wing Chun and Jet Can Do and I put it right together. That's my ability. Now that's your ability. All you got to do is practice it. Alright. So anyways, as we go on with the lesson, talking about the most important part, about understanding, you can't touch my Kansao, you can't touch my Gansao. You can't touch none of my cross hands because it's coming right at you. And that's what it's about. And that's your smart ass way of telling people, you talk a lot of shit, but you haven't tried my hands out yet. I've got wings. You see these wings? I throw these wings out. I have great wings, like an eagle, like a motherfucking bird. I'll fucking catch your ass, and I will throw your ass down. So that's the idea right there. Feel the crane, I guess you could say. I don't know. I'm trying to be kind of funny right now. Funny maybe not the way to do it. But either way, the idea is understanding. You can feel my great wings coming across you, dragging you down. And that's your basics right there. Everything else I've been doing for you is basics. For the raw material I've been doing anyways, is to give you the idea of how to mix it. And if you can't mix it and not understand how to mix it, then it's not going to make no sense to you because you're not practicing, because you're not trying. You're not understanding the people that are trying, who are picking this stuff up like it's fucking free product at a sale before it goes on sale. Basically, you get a sample of what you're getting right now before I put it out there for what it's going to be, because I could close down this page any day. And all you're going to be left with is wishful thinking that, do I remember everything he was teaching me about cross hands? Wait a minute. This person's becoming famous and they're using cross hands. How can I counteract cross hands? I don't know. How can you? How do you deliver your Wing Chun versus Wing Chun? How do you take on another Wing Chun versus Wing Chun? Because if you don't know Wing Chun, they're not going to understand if they see it done in a fight and they want to just copy your ass. And if they copy your ass, what they're not going to understand is their hands are still stuck together when you threw that fist out there and they captured you. But all you did was easily just twist. All you easily did was just twist and match his fucking elbow. And his hand's still stuck together. And your first action is to pox out the fuck out of that motherfucker who don't understand Wing Chun because he don't get it. He thought he could use your own shit against you. But you went out there, you went for that hit, but instead he grabbed you with your own fucking hands, and yet you matched him and you pox out the fucker. That's about what you got right there. But if they know Wing Chun, and they do sit there and you match up with them, what they're going to do with their hands when they grab it, and they match up with that elbow right here, what you're going to do is twist your hand, and before you pox out, you're going to end up in fucking chisao. There's no fucking way about it. That's how it's going to happen. There's no changing that direction. And you get that power from me. I teach you not only just the cross hands, but how to counter the cross hands into a very interesting, entertaining way for you to enjoy Wing Chun with another Wing Chunger. So in case anyone else uses it, you'll be like, oh, you thought you was funny, and I slapped your pox out down, and I came right at you, and you wasn't expecting that. Oh, you thought you was smarter than me. Okay, but that's the idea. That's the reality what I'm trying to put before y'all. You have a whole new set of hands, just like Jip-Sao. I can catch right to my center line. I can catch right out here. I can catch right out here. I can catch inner and I can catch inner. Doesn't matter to me with my jip style. I can take my cross hands and twist it right into jip style. Doesn't matter. That's how lethal cross hands become, because it becomes a necessity for you to use in your own fight, even as the basics. The basics. You're no longer sitting there just trying to You're not trying to play with the guy, and you're damn sure not trying to feel the guy out until you could just fight your way in there. No, it's a new description. It's a new defined idea. When they have their hands up here, they even test you. They even try you, and they throw that hand out there. They even try it. You're boom, right down. They can't test you. They throw that hand just a little bit out there. They even try you like that. Boom, boom. They're going down. There's no joke about it. And that's your basics. Because when they throw that fist out there, what they're not thinking about is all that little bit of power they threw into it. And they didn't think about it. You're taking what they're using and you're flowing with it to the ground. So you're taking power away from those people. So now you have that ability in cross hands. Cross hands is just going to strike you and drag you down. But then I start teaching you more about the differences in what you can do in cross hands. Now we understand from your left and your right upon each other. Of course, boom, right here. And when we twist, our left over our right, boom, we're blocking another punch and driving right into them. From there, we could just kick right on in. No big deal to us. So then we got our left, then we got a right over our left. Boom, coming on over. We're still trying to twist on over again. Again, when we have our right over our left, boom, you're still able to block again. And still able to come over. Boom. Just as a basic explanation for your cross hands. You see how much this raw material makes more sense to your Wing Chun? Do you see how useful it becomes? Because now you've got this level of step of understanding. But now I'm taking you to a new level. Now I'm saying, well, let's use a little Chun Cow explanation. Let's talk about a little more Chun Cow explanation. Let's talk about throwing out a ton cell and trying to throw ourselves into our opponent. And so if we did, we could easily just, boom, right there. We could easily tonsal again and pop sal straight to the fucking chin. That becomes simple Chun Cow explanation for bridging the weight. Bridging the gap. You start understanding the little things and how the gap becomes so open. Because you're throwing yourself out there into a strike with the elbows. And then you're twisting around again and you're pop-saling straight up or you're punching straight up. So now you have more of that explanation, more of that ability to understand cross hands. Because that's what it brings to you. That's the ability that can bring to you. So when you start working with raw material, as I am doing, obviously there's a lot of stuff I'm working with and a lot of y'all don't know. That's okay. This is a brand new page. This is everything. We've risen to the top to a higher level so other people can practice it with their partner. If you ain't practicing it with their partner, then you're following and at least trying to understand, maybe just asking someone, hey, can I try this out real quick? Maybe you throw a punch at me, or maybe I throw a punch at you, and you try to do this and this, or I do this and this. Either way, that's the idea of what we're doing here, is keeping progress and perfection understood, that perfection is progress. So, one of the major things we're going to do again, like I said, is go over this application again. Is make sure that you understand the gap, bridging the gap with cross hands, and how to bridge the gap with cross hands, and what the ability, what that means. Again, like I said, so you've got that explanation. Again, boom, right here, boom, right there, boom, kick, boom. I could drive in just the same. Doesn't matter. That's a pretty simple basic setup. What a lot of people don't understand though is when it comes to cross hands, what you can do with cross hands. When they throw in that swing and you capture that swing and you twist that swing around and you kick to the back of the leg. Or even if you switch to the side, you can break that arm inside there. There's a lot more that you can do when you're grabbing the hand from here and you're twisting it. And you're finding yourself stepping on over. That idea still brings in a lot of good stuff for you. The basics of the understanding gives you so much more power than normal. So what we're trying to do here is really, I guess you could say, is sell a product without making a dollar. That's good, because I'm doing something free for you, and now you get it. But it's up to you to go understand it. And what I don't teach you, and what I have taught you about cross hands, is your own ability. Because there's so much you can do with them. But then again, we got to realize I still have the straight hand. No one doesn't understand that yet. We're going to get to the straight hand in time. There is tiger claw, but we call it the crane claw. I call it the crane claw. I don't know who picked up it. I don't know who uses that as a throat gripping part and ripping it out. But the idea that it exists and I can manipulate it and add it to my hand to make it more of an advanced way of killing if I had to. Let's say a man poured a gun or a knife on me and I had to knock the gun to the side and reach right up and block and rip his throat right out. The idea is that I had that ability to defend myself so quickly and not worry about just laying into him with too much power or strength. My hands are already trained because I practice. I just have to tap the top of my Wing Chun dummy if I want to. I can sit here all damn day tapping the top of my Wing Chun dummy, and you're going to realize that it helps rebuild the bones in front of the fingers and let them a lot more stronger for you. Alright, so you start realizing there's so much to teach y'all. There's so much to understand that's free. People don't like that. They don't like what I'm doing. It's okay. But people do. And why? Because you're getting an experience in a way in which you didn't think about looking for it. But I looked for it and I shared it with you. You didn't think about thinking about using, or maybe felt limited to even trying to use it. But I helped you there too. There are no limitations. There is only an endless way of voids of understanding the void and how striking and using from the void, which comes to your own ability. So that's one of your main things you got to understand, is realizing that you're not limited. The beginning has no end. There is always so much more to learn. So understanding that much gives you so much more power, so much more understanding, gives you so much more ability. That's one of the big things, like I'm trying to say, is a lot of people may never take you serious in what you're doing. Of course, that's fine by me. I get their funny little fucking issues. Doesn't bother me. One of the big deals that we do on here is make sure people have that understanding. That there is a lot of fun coming to this page, but as you get a lot of fun, you're getting a lot of teaching. And teaching is one of the main things that works out when you don't even know, well, I didn't know I could do that. Well, you can do it now. They throw out that hand, it hardly reaches you, and you capture it, and you drag them down, or even if you just go right in for a knee and strike them to the back of the neck, you will understand the reality of what I'm teaching you about cross hands. Your reality has a more mobility to it. Now it has something more than you usually have. So that's one of the greatest things that I'm doing right here, right now. A lot of people don't get either. I teach blending. That's one of my main focuses, is how to blend. But one of the greatest things I'm doing also is what I'm doing for free, how I'm doing it for free, and how you get to enjoy every inch of that when you're ready to go challenge another person that doesn't even want to use these hands and like, well, I don't like that guy. I don't get that guy. I don't understand what he's talking about. But yet you and your partner, or you and yourself, has had the opportunity to understand that it works. And that's the main thing. So you can walk up from that dojo and they're not going to use cross hands. They're not going to know how to match cross hands. But if they do, make sure you're prepared for Chi-Sao. That's all I can tell you. That's one of the main things you need to be worried is how to go from Chi-Sao and out of Chi-Sao too. Because you'll work your way yourself into Chi-Sao, but you need to work your way out of Chi-Sao because if you stay locked in that position too long, you're really going to be kind of fucked in a way, I would say. You know, maybe if you get in Chi-Sao, you just need to throw yourself back and put your back into your 70-30. But you don't have to stay locked into those things. But it is one of the main things that you'd understand how to counteract cross hands, which makes it more interesting, makes it more funner. If you like martial arts, if you're interested in Wing Chun, if you like doing Chi-Sao, if you like doing what you're doing, then you're going to like cross hands. You're going to like what I'm selling you right now for free. You're going to like what I'm giving you. You're going to like this because it works at your benefit. You can take so much advantage of where all those master Wing Chungers, so-called Wing Chun masters, who think they understand martial arts, but don't understand cross hands. They don't understand you. They don't get your hands. They don't know what you can do. When they're talking about grabbing elbows when we don't get it, but then we're like, we do get it. And when they're talking about, oh, you don't get all this, you don't get all this, but we do get it. There's a lot of things we get because we had that power to educate ourselves. And we had the time to put into it. And that's what I've had. I've had a lot of time to do what I've been doing, which is so amazing. You know, from the level of what I've done from beginning in my martial arts, going on from what I did to blending it all, even to starting to understand Sim Lao Tao traditionally, to other people's Sim Lao Tao, to understanding creating my own Sim Lao Tao, and to completely knowing how to shorten it down and create my own hands, of course. And that ability gives you so much more power. That's the reality of education you're getting. You know, you're getting a reality check for what you can and can't do because if it's logical, you can do it. And if you have to do it all by yourself and make yourself known, if you have to practice it yourself, and then you have to go out there and show those people that you can do it, go do it. That's the reality for you. So that's the main thing I teach out there. It's very positive for you. It's very important that you understand those things. So, you know, as we all know, like I said, 2020 is coming. You know, I am looking for a nice little place to settle myself at in the gym. I'm not too for sure where I'm going to settle myself at yet. But, you know, in the end, and what I'm trying to do right now, challenge these gyms. It's different. I know it is. But, you know, who knows what's going to come from it. People got to understand I'm doing something. And then people got to understand that they said stuff and they have to relate to that. And that's life for them. All forgiven, all was done for those poor people that think that, you know, somehow we're so stupid that we're going to let people manipulate us, but don't take responsibility for how they manipulate you. And that's so sad that people would go out there and put out that responsibility, but they don't take responsibility for what they do. And that's one of the saddest things, and that's where I tell you, of course, you know, do everything responsible, of course. Leave it to the professionals, if anything, you know. Do not copy what I do, or leave it to the professionals. That's all I can say. If you can't do it, don't do it. If you don't understand legal limits of using martial arts, if you don't understand, you know, the idea of spar practice from sparring or from just challenges or whatnot, if you don't understand the reality that is within this type of career, then you don't fully understand what a lot of people are trying to do and what they're not trying to do, and then you don't fully understand that direction. And that's one of the main things I'm trying to get out there, of course, because I'm going to have that ability to explain people, because I'll have that experience from where people be like, but oh no, they'll be telling you they challenge you. They'd be challenging me. I haven't had a single challenger yet. I'm the only one challenging people right now in my own city, locally. So that's just what I'm doing right now. That's just my own entertainment, my own little understanding, my own little focus. That's my own little ability to share with everybody else. You know, if that's what it's all about, then that's what it's all about. We have that right to do that because We are skilled to do those things. And we have the mobility to do those things. So anyways, as we enjoy our morning today, we realize again, like I said, the most important part of it all is just to enjoy the free lessons, enjoy what's coming, enjoy everything. You know, like I said, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, get a partner. Or go ask somebody, you know, just period. You know, can you do this? Can you set your stuff up here and throw me this and throw me that? You know, doesn't matter. Go to your local gym and maybe find a guy on a punching bag and be like, hey, can I practice spar with you? Or can you come and train with me real quick? Can I use you just for a second to go see something and so that you can figure that out? Those little things right there will help you 100%. You will have so much leverage of understanding what I'm teaching you right now before I get person on person going on for you. And when we do, you're going to be wowing yourself. You're going to be like, wow, people already knew that, but now I'm just figuring that out. Because now I'm just paying attention to him because I didn't really want to pay attention to him. I just wanted to talk shit about him because he didn't have that on video yet. But other people are like listening, and I was just like not listening. So we get those type of people out there who don't fully understand what I'm talking about, have an imagination, or go get a partner or whatnot. But those people are those people that are going to continue watching. That's good for them. I like those people. They're good to have around, regardless if they're a like or follow or not. The idea is that we are giving free lessons and giving that ability, and you have that opportunity to go try it out yourself and go practice something a little bit more different from what traditional has taught you. Of course, traditional is important. You need to know that. You need to understand your flying fingers. You need to understand the twists and the turns. You need to understand your very center line. That is one of the main things you've got to make sure you understand. These main little figure areas that have so much explanation. But that again, like I said, even going on past that, people now have the full idea. I go do my own thing. I have my own thing. I can go mix it up if I want to. I can go do this, do that. And now you have that ability. And that's what I want to teach you on this page. And I have been teaching that. And if you don't go through the videos, no matter how shitty they seem, I don't care. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's up to you to perfect it. That's the main thing too. So if you don't think it's perfected, go do it your damn self and perfect it your damn self. My idea again, like I said, I could sit here all goddamn day and watch a guy shadow box. I can watch him all goddamn day punching on a damn bag. But in the end, if he doesn't punch that bag the way I said he did, and he needed to, and he didn't do what I said he did, it's going to happen anyway. He's still going to do Sim Lao Tao for me 100 times over. He's still going to throw the punch the way I want him to throw the punch when I say throw the punch. So when I'm sitting back in my seat, letting him have a free ride over there for whatever he feels like or he's doing, maybe I'm not even paying attention to him. But when I come around and I tell my student, you need to do this, you need to do that, he's going to do it and he's going to know it. That's the idea of what I do. That's how I teach. That's how I am. That's the reality of what you're going to get of understanding. Is, yeah, you've got a lot of free will to do whatever the fuck you want to do. But when I come around and you come to me to learn about what I'm going to teach you, you're still going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And that's how I need you to understand it. But you still have the power to do it the way you want to do it and go freestyle, make it look sloppy, make it look nasty, because what people don't understand is shadow boxing can begin so sloppy. Punching on a bag in freestyle can seem so sloppy. But if they continue doing it and they continue practicing it the way they like it, they'll get so much better at it in the end. So then they start learning how to just go in their own emotions, own abilities, even with music in their ears. If they're just jamming out in their own little fucking world, they will realize that, well, instead of just doing this, I should have done this. So you're going to have that ability, that mobility in what I do, so which is so amazing in how I teach. Well, like I said, understanding the reality of what I was teaching you, which is reality, because again, the backhand here in boxing, if they box just like this, They throw out that hand, and you're still open right here in the face, and they come at you the next way. What you got to understand, basically, is boom, boom, boom. Kicking, striking. That's a basic right there. That's not even driving in for you. That's not even driving in for you. Because driving in, I would have came here and drove in if I had to. But to break it down so easily for you to understand the subject of my cross hands, how it becomes a backhand. And the backhand lays over. The backhand's going to lay over. Again, boom, right here. That's my very first fucking spot right there. I'm blocking the first punch. But my face is still open. His hand is still back and about to come right at my face. As it does, I'm twisting and capturing. As I do that right there, I'm coming over, kicking, and then driving right on in there. And that's cross hands for you. That's how well cross hands has grown for you since the day I taught you how to just, capture and throw them down. Since the day I have sat here and taught y'all the advantages of how cross hands simply, from top to bottom, from left from right, boom, boom, right there. That's how much power you get. And then easily, as your hand has that much power, you can easily, as the speed goes, boom, boom, right to the middle. So that's the type of power you start understanding about cross hands. Cross hands leads you right here, or right here. When you have that much power, boom, you can jerk right at the fucking throat. When you jerk at the fucking throat, you strike them like that, you come down on them again, boom, driving in knees. You have a lot more power with cross hands. So cross hands is a very new product, trying to get people to understand it, trying to get people to learn it, trying to give you the ability so you can start training in it. And you know what? You know who created it. You know who built it for you. Enjoy it. It's free. It's a gift. It's something that I wanted people to understand as a, sort of a way to build yourself up, feel better that no matter what you do, if you use a hand like a hook, and let's say you come down like that, and you futsal right in there, and you turn into a sort of a futsal style. So if he threw me a punch, and I came down, and I jerked that down, I fooked here, and then I came up here and I fooked from there, and then boom, 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 boom. You see, you just learned a whole nother fucking hand you didn't even think that existed, but does. But wow, what is the logics about doing your hand like this when you come down just like this and then fook here and boom, boom? I don't know, do we? Maybe you need to go get a partner. Maybe you need to use your imagination. Maybe you just need to go ask somebody, can I understand this new gift I have? Not only do I understand this is weird. This is backwards dip style. That's what I'm calling it from now on. I finally figured out what I'm calling it. For when I capture you this way, and I just flip around here and pop in, it's a backwards dip style. And if it can work, it can work. So that's what I called it. That's what it is. But in the end, anything that comes from my hands is going to be Wing Chun. And that's one of the main things you got to understand. I call it Wing Chun mixed martial arts because there's a reason behind my forms and no form and style. Because even if I was just standing here and you kicked at me, boom, I'm not even in a form. You call it horse stance. But you throw it at me, I'm kicking down. You throw it at me, then I'm twisting into my form. I'm tongue selling right into it. Or I'm pop selling right into it. Then I'm going into form. But even out of form, you're still able to just defend yourself. You're able to just strike right on in there and punch the shit out of a motherfucker. So now you have that ability. Now you have that reality check for you. Now you have this new system. You have this new understanding that's coming about on the internet with some dumb white boy like me in America who's trying to teach stupid shit, right? I don't know. Whatever you think about me. I'm not a bad person. God bless. We are all human under the heaven and the sun and the stars, of course. And it's what it's about. Bruce Lee's philosophy had a great understanding for us. We're all human. We're all family. That's what it's about. We're all the human race. One of the main things we understand, it doesn't matter, as long as we are united, and that's the point. But other than that, guys, hopefully you understand, and hopefully you enjoyed the little bonuses. I'm not going to go over them again for you, but maybe you go figure out what I just showed you, and you go practice it with your friend, and turn it into something. I don't know. Every day, I got a little something different. Who knows? Maybe the same damn thing. Doesn't matter. It's all free. Enjoy it, and it's entertainment. So take advantage of it while it's there and for what it is. And be for sure to go to those dojos or to your master and, surprise him with those cross hands and just jerking them on down. He might laugh at you. I don't know. Or he might be very pissed off at you. But y'all enjoy the little shit I teach y'all. Alright, I'm out of here. Adios. Enjoy the video and the dialogue.